So Cartier is now about 5 days of age, I think it's 5, and he's been very reluctant to let me touch him because Mummy gives him warnings all the time that he needs to be careful. She's a first-time mum. And this morning he, for the first time, had his bottom facing me, and I took the chance at giving it a brush, and he was either going to get kicked or he'd leave or he'd stand still, and he got a little fright, but then he thought, oh, that felt good. And so this is now the afternoon, and you can see that he's changing his thinking. I haven't really been able to touch him for the first 5 days. He's just sort of run every time I've gone near him. And I've just tried to really hard not to focus on him, to focus on Mum and allow him to come to me. So he suckled on my arm a couple of times during the week, and every time I went to touch him he would take off. And you can see now he's starting to realise that these humans are pretty damn useful, and that feels really good. It's very exciting, but it does feel good. I think one of the hardest things to get right with foals is to touch them enough but not too much, and that's a really challenging balance. I find if you touch foals too much, they lose their sensitivity, and they can be actually quite hard to train because they are too calm. If you don't touch them enough, they can stay quite nervous and unsure. So there really is a balance, and I think that one of the key things that you can try and do is to generate communication through touch. So it's not all about you touching, it's a little bit of touch and then asking them a question. And you can see that's what I'm doing with him here. I'm brushing him on the chest, and then I'm stopping and saying, and how do you feel about that? And then letting him touch me. And then at one stage there you could see that I actually was attempting to touch his face to see how he felt about that. And then again I waited. And you can see at the moment he's had enough and he needed to go away and have a little break. He's got a little itch. So I'm taking the opportunity to see if I can groom his bottom again, and I want to encourage him to back up to me, to tell me that he wants more, and open up that communication. So you can see I'm waiting now for him, and he's sort of rocking a little bit side to side and can't quite work out to go back. So I try again, I brush him, and then I actually say to him, do you want some more, which you can't really hear on the video, but I ask him if he wants some more, and I want him to actually come to me. He's trying to come to me, but he came over with his shoulders, and I want him to think about backing. So I'm going to make it easier for him. I'm going to go behind him, and that worried him a little bit, so he went forward, and now you can see he's backing up. So it's so cute. And he's saying, can you please give me some more? So that's the first time he's done that, and you can see that they're really, and there he goes stepping again. Oh, it's so cute. They're really open to communicate, but you've just got to slow down enough to allow it to happen. Very beautiful. Ribbleton Cartier.